Hi everyone, it's Laura coming at you from the greenhouse today. It is extremely full in here right now. The reason being we are having a really bad cold snap. It is about 25 degrees and super windy right now. We're having a couple of very cold days, so I had to bring all of the seedlings that were already hardened off, like my snapdragons, my alyssum, and my pansies. I had to bring them back into the greenhouse for a couple days. Also, some of my pots and things. So let's have a little tour. I'm going to show you everything that I have in here. And then I also have a rack inside in my bay window. So I'll show you that as well. So let's just get started. Here are some of my pansies that I hardened off. These are and when I say pansies, you can just assume that I mean pansies or violas, because I just cannot keep the two of them straight. So we're just pansies for everything, okay? These are the Black Devil pansies. I started a lot of these, so I will have a bunch of trays of these. So hopefully they will bloom for me soon. I'm gonna get them planted out probably as soon as this cold snap passes, because pansies can handle pretty cold weather down to like 24 or so. And they were handling those temperatures, but we're just having temps right now in like the teens, especially with the wind chills. So that's why they're inside. I have a couple bare root things that I just picked up, and I just popped them in various containers until they can be planted out. So I got this bleeding heart. It's a white one. I did pick up Euringium blue sea holly. I've wanted these for a while, and Walmart just put out their bulbs. At least the one near me, they like just put out their bulbs. So I think it's best when you buy them really fresh, because you can see they already have some green on them. I could actually see that sticking out of the bag. So I was like, sweet. So I got a bunch of those in here. I do have one other thing. Oh yes, there is a still bee back there as well. Now, going into the poppies, I had a little bit of an issue with the poppies. They were not very happy. They really wanted to be potted up, and I was waiting too long, taking too long. They were getting overwatered. Things were kind of a disaster with the poppies, but they're going to pull through. So these are not looking great right now, but I think they're going to be okay. These are the Black Peony Poppy from Baker Creek Seeds. And then I also have another poppy, which is the Amazing Gray. That's these ones. These ones are looking better because I potted them up sooner. I'm excited about those ones. More Black Devil pansies. This is the north wall of the greenhouse, so pretty much everything is getting as much sun as it can. They are a little bit shaded on this particular rack, but like I said, I'm kind of crowding things right now because I brought a lot of stuff in here. Up on top, these first ones have to get watered. You can see they're sad. But these are all bachelors buttons. The ones in the black trays are black, and the other ones are blue. This one here is just a single hollyhock, but I have a bunch more I'll show you. And then over in this tray is all lollipop verbena. And actually I got these from saved seed from a plant that I bought at the end of the season, which is right over here. And it's already coming back. And look at all the little babies that it has also. So those are good self-seeders. I have a grapevine in here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I will probably just keep it in a pot. Grapevines are kind of out of control. We have some wild in the yard. But I have seen a lot of videos where people have their grapevines formed into like an arbor, and it's so gorgeous. I'm like really tempted, but I don't want to set anything up that's gonna cause a problem. And then I also just literally just popped a branch in there from this elderberry here. It had a low branch on it that I didn't want, so I snipped it off and I stuck it in the dirt here in hopes that maybe it will root and I'll have 2 elderberries. I've mentioned this a few times. I bought this elderberry. This is a black lace elderberry from Proven Winners. I bought this on Amazon right around Christmas time for $16. I've already had to pot it up once. It has grown so much. I'm just like, I love it. I'm obsessed. So I have a bunch of hollyhocks here. They're getting pretty big, but I think they're okay still in these containers. I am planning on planting these right in front of the house. These are jet black hollyhocks. We actually have been making some progress. I mentioned that I was going to pull out the hydrangeas that are planted right in front of the house. They're getting too much sun and they're too close to the house. So we actually did it. It was a chore, but we got it done. And I'm going to plant hollyhocks all along the back. I don't know that they'll bloom this year because they are biennial, but I started them super, super early in hopes that they would bloom this year. I've had luck with that in the past, so my hope is that they will, but if they don't, oh well. They're going to be nice and tall as the tall thing in the cottage garden in the front. These are all petunias, different ones. Actually, there's only 2 different kinds in here, so yes. The tie-dye petunia, and I want to say, okay, this is the Super Bisma Alba. These are from Baker Creek. They're like a silvery, they got a little bit of a purple tint. And then the tie-dye are like purple with variations, like tie-dye. And those ones were from Swallowtail Gardens. I'm very excited to see those. I also have a few others that I started from there. Everything that I got from them is doing just fine so far. Up top is mostly alyssum. There's a few more pansies up there, but look, I do have, I'm struggling. My first bloom from my seedlings is this little alyssum. This is a royal carpet alyssum. Super cute. What else? All right. These snapdragons are Black Prince snapdragons from Baker Creek Seeds. And I did plant some of these out already. I don't know if they're going to make it through this weather that we're having. I covered them, but because it has rained and then the wind, I don't know. They might be frozen, but that's okay. I still have this whole other tray, so. These are more petunias, and in here I have the sparkler petunia, which is like a little tiny, it's like a star-shaped, like smaller petunia. And then I have balcony petunias, which are ones that I saved from seed last year. I grew them from Baker Creek Seeds last year, and they did really well for me. And then this tray is delphinium. And it's, you know, it's not great, but they're alive. So they're alive and they're still growing. Obviously they're super dry right now, but they seem to not really like when I water them too much. I don't know. This is my first time growing delphinium. Let's move on. And then just over here, I just have some stuff that I had outside. So this will listen. I wish you could have smell-o-vision because it smells so good. This is from the Garden Barn in Vernon, Connecticut. And it smells amazing. Okay, here we are inside. It's a nice sunny day, so a good day to look at stuff. Let's start at the bottom though. Kind of dirty. So here I have a bunch of tomatoes, and my plan with these was I was hoping to maybe have a plant sale this year with all my extra starts. That's why I started like a bunch of extra stuff. I don't know that that's going to work out simply because I'm just really busy around that time. But I think my new plan, what I really would like to do is to put a little wagon or a little shelf or a cart or whatever at the end of the driveway and sell some of these starts that way, or maybe on Facebook Marketplace. I have in here a couple different kinds of tomatoes. I have Cherokee Purple. I have a Black Plum tomato. I have a Spoon tomato, which is like a teeny tiny little tomato. So I plan on keeping probably 3 or 4 plants for myself. I always overdo it with tomatoes, and then I'm regretting it come fall, because fall is a really busy time for me and I don't really have time to deal with the harvest of them. So fewer tomatoes for me this year. Then I have lavender. And this lavender is looking great. They're a little bit dried out right now, but some plants like to dry out, and lavender is definitely one of those plants. So you can see I have pinched some of them back and some I did not. So for example, here's one that I pinched back. You can see how it's branching out in 2 separate or a few separate places. And then this one, which is just tall, was one that I did not pinch back. And I kind of just did that to show you the difference. I know I have water spots all over the window. This tray here is Cleome. This is my first year growing this from seed. Planning on putting this over in my new rain garden area. And they're doing great. I don't really have much to say about those. These are more of those kind of sad poppies that I finished potting up. I just finished potting them up this morning, so hopefully they'll bounce back. It'd be nice to have a little bit more light over here. I only have 2 grow lights, but this is a south-facing window. It gets a lot of sun. But I do have to like turn things. I have to turn the trays to make sure they're not stretching too much, if that makes sense. This tray here has kind of a bunch of random stuff in it. These are all serious blue salvia. I'm excited about those. Those were one of my favorite plants that I grew last year. These more feathery looking ones are Nigella. And they have like bluish flowers, so I'm excited to see those. These ones that are looking kind of fuzzy. Oh, there's a fungus gnat. See them? These are Dichondra, Silver Falls. And then I have milkweed. And I actually do have a few more salvia over here. As we're getting later in the season, I'm having to like kind of squeeze things in wherever they will fit. Luckily, I can tell what most stuff is just by looking at it, but I do have to try to keep up with the labeling a little bit better. I don't do a great job at that. Second shelf here is a little bit random, but I have a few more hollyhock starts that I started later than the ones outside. And then over in this tray is basil. Mostly. This last row are peppers. These are Scotch bonnets or sweet bonnets. And then these are purple basil. See how some of them are green? I've never grown this type of purple basil before, but I'm not sure. Do you think that that's okay? I think it is, because look, you can see there's like purple spotting on it. So I think that's cool. I have a few more Alba petunias in here. And then these are jigsaw peppers, which are purpley, marbly pepper, which are just so beautiful. And then on the top shelf, I've just turned all these, so they're kind of leaning a little bit. These are all peppers. I have a few different types in here. I have King of the North peppers. I have jigsaw peppers, and I have Lesia peppers, which is a spicy pepper. And I have peach datil, D-A-T-I-L. And those are, again, I'm probably going to keep maybe 6 and then try to sell the rest. And over in this tray, look how hard these nasturtiums are leaning. I just turned this tray. I just started these literally like a week ago. Things like this grow super fast, which is why I tried to wait and start them later. I will be able to put the peas out fairly quickly. But I'll have to pot up the nasturtiums and these other vines as well. This one down here is a purple hyacinth or a ruby hyacinth vine. And then I have a moonflower. Oops. Nasturtiums. And these are just snap peas. Those will go on the pea trellis that I'm working on. I just still have to finish that up. But probably I can put those out in the next few days. Just have to harden them off. And I think that's everything for seedlings. Pretty much, I think that's everything. I don't think I'm going to start anything else. I know I have pumpkins and stuff to start. That stuff is really easy to start and they get super big super fast. So I'm probably going to just start them like a few days before I put them outside. I don't like to seed pumpkins in the ground because of the critters outside. They just take the seeds. So I just let them sprout and then I put them out. So that's the plan for that, as well as like corn and hotter things. I mean, it's only not even April yet, guys. I know some people haven't even started things yet. So anyway, so that's everything, and things are going good. I am starting to run out of room, but as the cold things start going outside, I'll have more room in the greenhouse. It's been the plan all. It's a plan. It's all working according to plan. Everything's fine. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'll see you all in the next one, which will probably be about the rain garden. I am hoping to get it finished up, or fairly finished up soon. Okay. Bye.